An equally important one. Today's Supreme Court lifted the ban on the film The Kerala Story. The Supreme Court has stayed the Bengal government's order issued May the 8th. The top court has said that theatres are free to conduct screenings of the film across the state, asking that a ban cannot become a premium on intolerance. The top court's order has come as a huge relief for the producers as the film continues to perform at the box office. It's just crossed 150 crores all India. The TMC continues to defend the ban, saying that public order is under the purview of the state government and action was required to maintain peace.
The Honorable Chief Minister took a call because she is the administrative head of her state and she knows best what is best for her state.
They started asking questions first, then they will confuse us and then criticizing our religion, our customs, rituals, everything, and slowly inject their dangerous ideology to our brain.
सच्चाई की एक इतना पावर है ना, इतना पावर है सच्चाई की, आप कुछ भी कर लीजिए, जिस दिन वो अपने कटघरा में खड़ा किया जाएगा ना, सच्चाई जीतेगा। तो इनकी स्टोरी जो दुनिया सुनने के लिए सुनना चाहिए था, ये इंसानियत की तौर पे आज सुने।
हम पहले दिन से समझते थे कि कठिनाइयाँ आएंगी, बट अगर हमारी ये जिम्मेदारी है कि हम इन लड़कियों की कहानी को लोगों के सामने ले आएं, तो फिर कोई कठिनाई मायने नहीं रखती।
And very quickly, before we get to our guests, here's an overview of what the Supreme Court's observations were in this critical case. The top court said that a bunch of 13 people cannot be the reason behind banning a movie, citing the affidavits from 13 people that were presented by the Bengal government who called the film a propaganda and even said that it could lead to communal violence. The court also observed that the prohibition order by the West Bengal government is not tenable. It observed that Section 6 cannot be used to put a premium on intolerance, adding that fundamental rights are not dependent on public emotion and that public emotion needs to be kept in check. The top court also said that public display of emotions has to be controlled and the onus for that is on the state. But it also added that free speech needs to be protected, but a community cannot be vilified. The Supreme Court said very plainly, if you don't like it, then don't see the film. The court has also questioned the claim made by the filmmakers that 32,000 women were deceitfully converted to Islam in Kerala. The filmmakers say that that disclaimer will be added by 5 p.m. on the 20th of May. Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi of the BJP is still with us, and Dr. Shashi Panja, Cabinet Minister of West Bengal government, now joining us. Shashi Panja, you know, it's fairly straightforward and simple. The Supreme Court wrapping the Bengal government's ban in the knuckles by saying that you have no business to be banning a film. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. And if public emotions are getting stirred up because of that, it's the state government's responsibility to keep those public emotions under check.
It's the state government's responsibility also to look into the welfare of the state. And initial reports or whatever these evidences which were coming, the inputs which were coming, the intelligence reports which were coming, and the reports which were also coming in from Kerala somehow indicated that there would or there could be, in anticipation of any kind of disturbance of any kind of communal harmony which exists in the state. So I think it was the Chief Minister who has the prerogative to take a call which would be best for the state.
But ma'am, the court today has very clearly
and that is what she
said
did.
You have filed, I think, 13 affidavits. The court said 13 people or 13 affidavits cannot decide law and order in a state. It's the job of the state government to ensure that law and order is kept. That's what the court said.
The point is there are 13 people who may have filed their litigations. There will be many more who are waiting to do so, whatever. You see, the point is if the director says 32,000 girls and then when he is asked in court, then he says, no, it may not be 32,000 girls, it may be 3 girls.
Okay.
So you see, these are things which, these cause fears. What's wrong? Why did he have to do with that? For which the disclaimer which was given, he was told to give is to add that there is no authentic data to back up the suggestion that the figure of converted people is 32,000 or any other figure. And also he needs to add now that the films represents a fictionalized version of the subject matter.
Okay, so let me ask Dr.
We are not
Sudhanshu
against.
Trivedi that.
No.
I think that's a valid point. That's a valid point. The court did say that where did this 32,000 figure come from? If it's not true, if the filmmakers cannot authenticate it or back it up with evidence, then they need to put this disclaimer that this is simply a fictional representation and they have no evidence to show this 32,000 figure. So that is a problem, Sudhanshu Trivedi. That's the sort of thing that most opposition governments have hanged on to and said that, look, you cannot depict unnatural figures. 32,000, no one has claimed 32,000. Dr. Sudhanshu.
I think the act of West Bengal government is a very peculiar and unique in the entire Indian history. For the first time, a chief minister on her own are saying about the inefficiency of its own government. Because all over the country, the movie is running without any disturbance. Even the state from which it belongs, Kerala, it's running. But the West Bengal government saying there is so much intelligence report and input that they will not be able to control the thing. I think law and order is the prime responsibility of the state, and first time officially the chief minister of the state is accepting that we are incompetent, inefficient than any other state government of the country on the meager issue of a movie. Second thing, what they have done an utter disrespect and dignity to the culture of Bengal in the issue of movies. Bengal was always representing the art and culture, was always on the forefront. If I ask you, there was only one Indian who has won a lifetime Oscar award. It is Satyajit Ray from Bengal. After 100 years of the world cinema, Time magazine has given a list of 100 movies without any ranking, the top best 100 movies of the world, of which 4 were the Indians and 2 were Bengali, 2 were the Hindis. One was the Pather Panchali, another I was not remembering. And from the land of Satyajit Ray to Dev Kumar Bose to Rishikesh Mukherjee, they who used to become the champion of freedom of expression, they have said it is to be banned. I think on the constitutional, moral and cultural, all the 3 issues, West Bengal government has demolished their claim.
Okay,
Now,
I want to leave the. I think the second point that Dr. Trivedi made is a valid one. Leave the legalities aside, Dr. Shashi Panja. From the land of Satyajit Ray and Ritvik Ghatak and Mrinal Sen, the idea that the state can ban a film because the content of it is unpalatable to some, I mean, it just beats any logic. It's un-Bengali to start with.
One good thing which is emerged out of this discussion, Mr. Jacobs, is finally BJP wakes up to the fact that Bengal has so much culture and such a good cultural history. Otherwise they are so negative about Bengal. Now look at the way he's eulogizing. I mean, because we are absolutely enthralled by this, that you are keeping news about Satyajit Ray and the rich Bengal history. Having said that, we just have a question to ask you. You questioned the incompetency, everything. Now, we are also amazed how Pradhan Mantri actually, used the Kerala story in Karnataka for he has espoused the cause of Kerala story while doing prachar in elections of Karnataka. Second, what if suppose, Mr. Jacobs, just come. There's so many films all over India which are released. Does all of them get tax-free, that kind of allowance? No, but certainly 3 states, why did they have to come out, sir? Suddenly to make it tax-free? Madhya Pradesh, Assam and UP, why? That means dal mein kuch kala hai. Why did they have to do it? I mean, they could have behaved as if it was any other movie. But to come out and to stick your head out and make it tax-free. Third is, as I said, it was the state's prerogative to decide, and she decided with an honest intent for the welfare of the people, in the sense that there should not be a reaction from the communities, because there are communities who feel that they have been demonized.
Okay,
so what is
Dr.
you
Trivedi,
need to differentiate between fallacy, lies, propaganda.
The question,
and if you are if he's so happy about movies, why did they behave like that on the BBC documentary?
The question,
on the Modi question.
Yeah, the question.
Why didn't they allow?
Okay, I heard you.
Then?
The question that's being asked is, the party was openly campaigning for this private movie. Why are you campaigning for a private movie? Number one. 3 states, BJP ruled states, made it tax-free. Why? And the most important question is that in Kerala, the supposed Kerala story in Kerala, this movie is not a hit. Nobody is watching this movie in Kerala.
Now on the issue of the fallacy, I would like to put forth the fact that the word love jihad was not devised by any person or any person related to BJP or Sangh Parivar. Madam, on 9th of December 2009, Kerala High Court in the Shah Jahan versus State of Kerala case on point number 16 had said that there seems to be an program going on like Romeo Jihad and Love Jihad by a section of Muslims. I think the Kerala High Court is having much better authority than what the government of West Bengal thinks. Moreover this, Kerala STF has submitted a report of approximately 5,000 cases in the Kerala court. And it said that these are the normal, usual cases of love affairs. These are being as per the design of SIMI in 1995, Student for Islamic Movement of India, which is now a banned organization. And as per people like you, it was a cultural organization. There was a systematic design to allure the low, middle class and upper middle class girls of Hindu and Christian communities. Even the Archbishop has also said like this. And over and above, the Chief Minister of Kerala, Mr. V.S. Achyutanandan, has said that this thing are going in such a pace that Kerala may become a Muslim majority state in 20 years. He was a Chief Minister of Kerala from Communist Party of India. And madam, if a Chief Minister is saying that it may convert in 20 years, 30,000 would have been a very meager figure. 30,000, 2,000 mein nahi convert ho raha hoga. Chief Minister of a state concerned is having much authority than any other regional party chief minister sitting on the others.
Precisely. So that is what I'm saying. That the
now
chief
coming
minister
to
of the state
of
gets to
the
decide
tax
that.
free. Tax.
Please continue.
That's why I'm saying that you are saying fallacy. So I have said Chief Minister of Kerala of Congress Party, Oman Chandni has also said. The state special task force of Kerala police has said. The High Court of Kerala has said. So kindly this demolishes your stand of fallacy.
Okay.
Fallacy is nowhere but in the mind of the Trinamool Congress. Now coming on the tax-free issue.
Yeah.
Jaka.
Yeah.
I am coming to the tax-free issue. Why? Because this is nothing but giving an awareness to the young girls and their families to be aware of that. Like during your era, before 2014, jahan tahan pe likha rehta tha, don't touch this, there can be an explosive. It was not to create a terror. It was not to utilize the terror. It was just to warn the people and make them alert. So it has been made tax-free to warn the new generation and make them alert, like there was a tag on railway station, on bus station, on public places and park, don't touch it, there can be an explosive. So was the case here.
Dr. Panja, the final word. The point is, and I think Sudhanshu Trivedi has a point. You have one Marxist chief minister in Achyutanandan saying what he said in 2006. You have a Congress chief minister in Oman Chandi giving a figure of, I think 2,500 was the figure of people who have been forcibly converted. When a Marxist chief minister and a Congress chief minister of the state of Kerala believe that such a phenomena does exist, why would the Bengal chief minister think that a movie about this would be a threat in her state? And number two, if it's not a threat in the state concerned is not banned it, why would it be a threat in Bengal?
First of all, Zaka, let us come clear that Sudhanshuji mentions about love jihad. He behaved as if it is something that they are not protagonists of. So are we to understand that all that moral policing, vigilantism and about love jihad, Sudhanshu Trivedi is saying BJP has nothing to do with it? That's one. Secondly, if you are so dedicated about, movies, the freedom of the movies to be screened, etc., then why didn't we get to see the Modi Question, the BBC documentary? Then you all went painting the city and the town red and everything red, that this should not be allowed. Third, are you to say that only these 3 states you need to make the girls aware? Is this the way to make aware? Anyway, but to make it aware by making it tax-free, are you acknowledging that there is love jihad or whatever you call it, all that conversion in these 3 states, and that's why you thought that the girls and the women need to be made aware in those particular 3 states?
Okay.
As I said, and I come back again, the chief minister in the best best interest of the state can decide for this, and we have argued about it.
No,
The producer
I think
has
that's
gone
been
to
set
court.
aside
Now
today.
this-
Ma'am, I think
Yes,
that's been
the
set
Supreme
aside.
Court has given the
I'm completely out of time, so I need to wrap up. That's been set aside today by the Supreme Court.
Okay, we'll work
using,
on it then.
Using very direct terms by saying, if you don't like the movie, don't watch it. And I think I agree with the Supreme Court on that. I don't think banning anything, whether a book or a piece of art or a movie, is actually going to help achieve anything. So let's move beyond this ban culture. I want to thank Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi and Dr. Shashi Panja for joining us. I also want to get a quick word in from Palaj Nilani. He's the former chairman of the Central Board of Film Certification. This was a movie that was certified, Mr. Nilani, by the CBFC. To have a ban after the CBFC has given a go-ahead, the Supreme Court today removing that ban. I want to know from you, has this become some kind of a staple reaction, a knee-jerk reaction, if you will, from states and even sometimes the central government to ban movies on topics or subjects that are uncomfortable to them, despite CBFC clearance, because that's the only way the state knows how to deal with uncomfortable subjects?
So I think I like the judgment what the Supreme Honorable Court has given the decision, and so far I think no state can otherwise also no state can ban the film when the film got the certificate. I think states are just playing the game because the film industry is a very soft target, and sometimes they are banning artists, sometimes they are banning, some parties are coming and some states are banning the films because of the vote bank. Somebody is encouraging the film and somebody is banning the film. It's an internal problem of the political parties. So I don't think there is any issue on that. Because of the subject wise, they are playing the game with the industry. And the good film, if the thing will not come in the public, how the public will come to know?
Okay.
This issue is a true base story, and Kerala is going on from so many years. Why the law and order and situation in the Kerala, police has taken the action against this today. Why they are so much scared with the films?
No, but I also want to point out to you, Mr. Nilani, the Supreme Court, the Supreme Court has also today said that this figure that was used by the filmmakers, 32,000 girls have been forcibly converted to Islam, that figure was wrong. It needs to be substantiated, and if the filmmakers can't substantiate that figure, they need to remove that from the promos and the movie itself. And also the Supreme Court has said that a disclaimer needs to be added to the title card where the filmmakers clearly say that this is a fictionalized account. This is a dramatized version. This is not bearing in reality.
Then also their states are very scared to bring the issue because they are playing is a vote banking. They are not playing with the film, but through the film they are playing with the film industry. And today, and this movie is going to come otherwise also on the OTT.
Okay.
So that time how they are going to ban the film. And today is a market, there are so many platforms, and this will come and it will be the loss of the government or state both. GST will definitely, they are losing as a state-wise. But why they don't understand? Because nobody can stop today in the total current scenario is that social media's world, digital world, and it's going to come in YouTube, it will come on the OTT, it will come on the satellite.
Okay, that's a fair point.
So how they are going to stop? Today monetary producer is losing and the interest of the public is not being secured.
But what do you say to critics, and this is my final question to you, what do you say to critics who say that this movie is called The Kerala Story? Inside Kerala, this movie has not done much business, it's a flop. But outside of Kerala, it's done great business, crossing 150 crores. It's a bit like the Kashmir Files, which inside Kashmir did not have much takers, but outside of Kashmir it did well.
So because in the Kerala people are aware of this subject, they know what is going on in their state, and police has not taken the action through if they have kept mum from so many years.
Okay.
They should have been taken up the matter, it would not be the exposed. Today it has been larger way, it's been be exposed Kerala story in the world. So they would have taken the action. It would have not be happened only.
All right, Palaj Nilani, former chair of the Central Board of Film Certification, thank you very much for joining us. We'll see how this story plays out. It's been a couple of weeks now since Kerala story released, and it's marching towards, in fact, beyond 150 crores for a small budget film. It's had a stupendous box office run. We'll see how this plays out further. Thanks very much for tuning in. I'll catch you again tomorrow night, same time. For now.